Perfect. So going live early, at least early for me. Hope everyone is having a great morning, and we'll wait for some people to join. What I'm going to do today is to actually play Final Fantasy II in the US, but we're actually going to play Final Fantasy IV in Japan. So Final Fantasy II was a game that was released, I believe, in 1991. I've actually done a complete playthrough on my actual channel, but I'm actually going to pop in the Super Famicom game, and this game is actually from Japan, and it's actually in Japanese. And I actually did a video earlier on how to translate Japanese Super Famicom games to English, so this video is going to be completely about that. I'm going to play to see what the differences are. I know I played the early game just for a couple of minutes after I translated it, and what I noticed was that a lot of the dialogue had been translated, I would say, in a better way. You know, it's incredible when you have a budget that Squaresoft, or Square at the time, it was actually not even Squaresoft, they had who knows how many $1 million to get the translations right. And, you know, some people that are just fans did a way better job. I'm reminded of The Mandalorian and the deepfake video of Luke at the end of the last episode. Sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but come on, you've had like a week or something. You should have already watched it. And it's incredible that the deepfake is better than the CGI from Lucasfilm. And I don't know how that is. So let's dive in. Let's see how this game is. Actually, for those who've been watching the live streams, I've actually figured out how to get my my sound going. So pretty excited about that. All right, so let's jump into the game. And patch file loads, which if the patch file didn't load, we'd have a little bit more of a problem because it would still be in Japanese. So a little bit of a different intro, if you've noticed, if you played Final Fantasy II. This is a complete kind of UI rehash of the game from a translation standpoint. So the gameplay should be practically identical. I think there is some additional skills, and that's really one of the things that I want to see. I want to see if Cecil has the ability to fire that dark sword thing that he did it really when he turns into a paladin. So let's dive in and see. Let's see what changes are in this game. So these saves are actually from someone who has owned this game. So I actually bought this game online. So I feel kind of bad removing somebody's history here, but we're probably going to go with save 1. But let's start a new game, and then we'll probably oversave the least amount of time. So this person's an amateur. They've had only less than 40 hours in it. I should show you my game from the mid-90s. Let's see if we can hear the volume here. Hopefully we can. And so far we can't. So let's see what's going on there. We're going to close this and bring it back up. Nothing like some technical difficulties first thing in the morning, right? Hopefully it'll work just fine. And how's everyone doing? I think that's probably the question to ask while I'm doing technical problems. How's the weather? Hopefully both are well. All right, let's see here if we can get this up, and we should have some volume any second. Ah, check that out. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Done this a few times. Okay. So if you're not familiar with Final Fantasy, Cecil is the main character, and Cecil is the one that never leaves your party. So he starts out as a Dark Knight, and your quest during the entire thing is really him turning into a paladin and following that path. I actually really like these live streams. I don't know if anyone else does. There's no one in here right now, but you know, it's completely unscripted, which is beautiful. When people hop in, that actually gives it a little bit of variety here, so we can actually comment, and we can talk about the game. And I don't know how you feel about this game, even if you're watching this after I went live. There's actually a complete playthrough on one of my playlists, so hop in there if you really want to see the extent of the game. So one of the things that is definitely different is the dialogue. And, you know, I have Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI somewhere, I think, on either side of that Luke Skywalker helmet. And in that, they're actually translated also. So I may do a little bit of a look into there. Final Fantasy VI, if I'm not mistaken, was actually not released in the US until the PS1 did the anthology disc. And I think they actually just took the translation that somebody had done there. I don't know what the legality is, but, you know, maybe they donated it for the cause. So the whole plot here at the beginning is basically they went and did an evil task on behalf of the king. So they went and took the crystal from Mysidia, and they really didn't put up any resistance at all. And this is not what they've historically been used to. They've been a bit more of an honorable bunch. So I'm just going to skip through this a little bit. Sorry if you're not able to keep up with the reading. Really want to get to the meat and potatoes of it and actually get into the actual fight scene, because there's some skills there, and there's also apparently some spells that are a little bit different. So I don't know if that carried over. And I know a lot of these, like even the name Red Fang, that wasn't called that in the main game. You know, I'd have thought here that if you could get into the translation and you had interest in it, because it apparently isn't too hard to do, is, excuse me, you could completely change the way that the game reads out, and it would play really differently. You know, you can give it some more hip dialogue, and I think that would ruin it for a lot of people, but you could at least see, you know, where the guardrails are of the game, and if you like, you know, getting into that. And there's really not an ability to edit the way that the game actually flows, unless you're getting into EEPROM flashing. But what you're actually doing is actually getting into just the text, and that's really what you can change. And maybe the timing, I don't know, probably not. Kind of a slow intro, but I remember this being almost identical in the North American release. And I think I remember reading in the past couple of weeks that one of the websites talking about, you know, which is the most polished release of this game. I don't know. I go back to the original. I just, maybe it's the nostalgia. You know, it's a big play that I've got. So Bagan is not a good person, and you don't exactly know that right now. You know, basically he's just going to take you to His Majesty, as he calls him, the king. And you find out, actually in this translation, this is the part that I do remember, is you find out a lot more about his relationship, not just with Cecil here, but also with Cain. And I believe he adopted him, or adopted both of them. I think that's what it says up here. So this is where the language definitely changes. So in the original game, it doesn't talk about the distrust of the throne. It just basically talks about him second-guessing everything. And yeah, this dialogue's better. Somebody spent a lot more time on this dialogue. Well, I guess they've had, you know, decades to update it. Should actually credit who did the translation in this. I'll look that up. I'll pop it in the description. I don't think it was called the Water Crystal in the original game. Yeah, that's definitely not as good. This translation's way better. I mean, it hands down, it is such a better translation. So Cecil here is having that feeling that, you know, someone didn't right. He just did something completely wrong. And he's going to talk about that. And I don't know if the king, if this is actually the real king, you know, giving like ton of spoilers here for the game, but you know, if you're watching the channel, then you know I can throw some spoilers on ancient games. Honestly, if you haven't played Final Fantasy IV by now, you should. You know, and the big piece that you have here is I'm not sure if the king is actually the king at this point. You know, I think it might even be an imposter at this point. You find out later the king has not been himself, probably because he is not himself, if that makes any sense. So at this point, we basically get kicked out of the leadership position we're in, of the Red Wings. You know, we're captain of the Red Wings, which is their airship division. And we're relieved of our post. I believe Kane comes in any minute now. The Phantom Beasts. Yeah, there's Kane. Was Kane with a K in the original game? Can't remember. Yeah. Okay, so, wow, they just call it out. It's a bomb ring. So in the other game, it was take this kind of mysterious package to the Village of Mist. Or the Village Mist. Who got it right? I don't know. So far, I'm liking this better. Of course, they could have named it a package. I think taking the bomb ring is pretty menacing. You already know what you're doing. Okay, so far, other than dialogue, it's exactly the same game. And what we're going to do is head down. Let's go and get this treasure chest while we're at it. Whoa, what is with my controller here? I think is my phone too close to it? So I've got my phone right next to a wireless controller. Let's see if that makes any difference. Might have to actually go wired. Yeah, that's not going to be cool. Alright, so far, even the same things. Okay, it's not bad. Alright, do I go down here or do I go up? I think I go down. No, I don't. I go left. Okay. Yeah, the controllers are way off. What's going on there? I'm going to plug it in. Might make a little bit of a difference. Maybe not. Rosa should be here. Yep. Ah, good coffee. So we started making our own nut milk, you know? If you're into experimenting with different things. And actually, didn't know oats make a creamy milk. It's quite nice. Cashews and almonds, so it's kind of a blend. It's cheaper, also. Bunch of magicians who didn't even resist. Okay, this dialogue totally different. I love it. Your room again tonight. Okay. Okay, totally different dialogue. And should have Sid jump down here. There he is. If you make her cry. So, I don't know if Sid is Rosa's father. Does it spell that out, or is he just kind of an acquaintance of both of them? Or did I just misread that? I don't know. Maybe I did. Yep. Okay, never mind. That spelled it out. So, in the original game, it's kind of implied, but it's not actually spelled out like that. So, Rosa is Sid's daughter. And of course I live in, you know, one of the towers. So why not? still have not been in a battle yet. So I want to see if that dark attack is actually part of the game. Maybe it's something you get later on. We're going to figure this out. You know, I think that's one of the fun things about playing this game. And this gets way deeper into the story. See, that was something I didn't mention in the original game. That's what I was referencing earlier, is the fact that he was, and also Cain, adopted by the king. Yeah, they do such a better job with this translation. It's so much better. See if the music starts at the same time. Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry. Yeah, been complaining about it and pouting since I got here, but it's nothing. Please don't look away. Yeah, same music. So there is a group on YouTube. See if I pop a link in the after description when I'm done with this video. Super Guitar Bros, and they do a great job of doing all of this music, you know, kind of from this genre and also this era, and I think even some modern ones. But hearing it on classical guitar is just next level. Plundered the village and stole their crystal. All for what? This is also cool because they reference his dark armor, which they don't really talk about at all, other than switching from a Dark Knight to a Paladin later in the game. Just a pawn. I like how she calls him out on his stuff. Yeah, you never whimper like that. What are you doing, Cecil? Yeah, they definitely do a way better job of making the connection between these two really clear. Yeah, be careful for my sake. And your own too, you know? You dying is pretty bad for you too. Oh, yeah. Alright. Now we have triumphant music coming out with him and Cain. If I remember from the original game. All the trumpets blazing. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's the music. You know, one thing I'll mention is that NES games, going back and playing them, they have not stood up to time as well as Super Nintendo games. And specifically, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom games are really kind of one and the same. But the graphics aren't amazing, but I don't know, they just did a much better job with pixelation. And, you know, this is just being played on the Retron 5, as you probably saw in the beginning, or you will see in the beginning when you watch this. So the Retron 5 is a way you can definitely get an HDMI out and capture it into, like what I'm doing is an Elgato HD 60S. So if you're wondering how to do it, I've actually got a video up on, probably from a couple of months ago. Still gets a lot of hits on how to translate some of the Super Famicom games, and also do another video showing how you can hook up all these legacy systems. RetroTink is also your friend. You know, if you never heard of a RetroTink and you've never heard of the Elgato HD60, then you should, because that's the way you can capture your own game footage. I know there's other methods of doing it, like ripping it to another channel and then downloading the video, then doing some edit. And there's also a lot of video editing tools out there, you know, if you want to do this yourself. And I'm doing this just to, you know, keep myself sane from if I'm not traveling. You know, I used to travel a lot, and this year, you know, not really an easy thing to do anymore. It's also nice to have a week off. That's what I'm doing right now. A little bit of downtime, some coffee, playing some video games, and currently sharing this with only myself. I think. At least it's showing 0. You never know, there's usually a lag. Is that a moon in the background? Or 2 of them? Looks kind of like that conjuncture on the 21st. You know, wasn't it Saturn and Jupiter? Wasn't that it? Alright, so we are out and about. And we're both level 10. Alright, so far that's normal. Neither one of us have any magic. I don't think there's really much difference here. No, let's just get into a fight. We'll see how much different that is. There's all kinds of imps and all things around here that we're going to run into. First fight, and I'm surprised. I love it. Alright. Jump is the same. Didn't expect that to be different. Oh, no way. It has Dark Wave. That is different. That's way different. Does it hit everyone? Oh, that's cool. That is such a difference. Alright, so he has an actual area of effect attack. Alright, so that is totally different. Okay, this is the time I usually get some levels, but I'm not that worried about it. I think we can take out the creature here in the Cave of Mist. Which ends up being Rydia's mom. Such nice people we are. Alright, I might have to go just plug in a controller here. Let me see if I can... It'll make a difference I hook it in just direct. Of course, that's just charging it. It's not actually hooking in. Never mind. We're just gonna sit the way we are. That is so cool having Dark Wave. I always thought that was really out of place in the original game because there was no reason to have it. You know, you'd be attacked by it, and you're saying, why? What is that? He doesn't have that in any other part of the game. Totally out of place. But maybe they couldn't cut that out. Maybe that was something where there's like, we're just going to translate the game, cut it out of the regular thing. But maybe that was kind of hard-coded, and to replace it, it would have been so much different. Let me know if you remember that piece. I'm really worried about a lot of these treasure chests. I get this one. Of course, the other one was not out of my way either. Yeah, whatever. I can't get over Dark Wave. I know that's strange. If you put the amount of hours that I've put into this game, then you see Dark Wave, you're blown away. You know, like, this is an entirely new game. Now the text is making it a new game in itself, which, you know, That's something. I probably should start using some of these potions. How many do I have? Ah, potions, I have 1. Alright. Maybe my plan here isn't as solid as I think. Let me pick up some extra potions. There's probably some in here. What is wrong with my controller? Okay, I don't need a tent. It is really not helpful. Not till I get out of here, anyway. Let's run. I don't really care about that. Oh, come on. Same group. What are the odds of that? Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and get this. I bet that is like a potion. Of course, I don't need ethers. First strike. I will take that. That'll do, donkey. This controller. Normally it's really good. It's one of those 8-bit doughs. I talk about it quite a bit. I don't know what's going on with this thing now. Alright, we could seriously deal with 1 potion here before we get to the fight that I don't want to get into just yet. Alright, we're a little low, but I think we can do it. Let's see if we can take him out with Dark Wave. And hope we can get a potion. That'd be nice. 120, it's a little low. Come on, Kane, you should have already jumped. There we go. Take a level. Love to potion even more. A phantom beast. Yeah. Yeah, we need to give the bomb ring to the other village. I think we're just going to go with a regular fight here. I know when the myth starts gathering, I'm going to be in trouble. That's just attack. Alright. Now let's defend. Yeah, no better than to attack. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to do a jump attack. Yeah, let's do that. Come on. I always feel bad in this fight. Oh, crap. That's gonna tell me I shouldn't have done that. Watch. Yeah, yeah. Alright, we're just gonna wait. That's good, didn't hit me there. I thought it was gonna hit me twice with that. Alright. Let's get some more jumps in. Come on, take him out. Definitely feeling that I'm not that many levels. There we go. Alright, good. Yeah, normally I at least get to level 15 before I even come here. If you watched any of my videos, you know that's my style. Okay. I don't think I need to 10 up because basically after this it's going to go to a cutscene. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, so far, same. Biggest change other than the dialogue definitely is that dark wave attack. Which is cool in its own way, but most of this game is going to be identical, it looks like. I think some of the names of the different items and some of the spells look different too. That's a bit harsh. Yeah, we killed her mom, so let's kill her too. Wow, this game is definitely darker with this language translation than the other one. Okay, Cecil is kind of remaining the same. He was just recommending it. Alright, that's a bit odd. Yeah, we should kill the girl too, but I would never do that. Come on, can't backtrack like that. Okay, this is a little deeper dialogue than the original one that I played for sure. Okay, that's more reasonable. Bring the girl along. Well, we're not going to attack her. I already know what's going to happen here. Okay, does that count as rest? Am I healed after this? Let's find out. Okay, Kane's gone, but we knew that. Does count as rest. So being knocked unconscious heals you. Nice. Right. I feel better about fighting these now. I feel like I can actually do multiple hits. This would actually take me out in previous games, so much better. Yeah, Dark Wave is so different than the previous game that it actually changes the game dynamic. You know, it's not something that you expect to see. Alright, we go here. And then we're going to get into the inn. Alright, so this Japanese version is practically the same. At least from this aspect. Yeah, it definitely is a nice touch with Dark Wave. I'm going to keep going on about that because it's such a different part of the game. And the dialogue is so much better. So I wish you could, maybe you can. I need to try that. So what we're doing, if you're joining, we're playing Final Fantasy II, but we're actually playing the original Final Fantasy IV in Japanese. So that's what we're doing. And we're translating it to English because most of you probably do not speak Japanese. And I sure don't. We will forgive your treachery. Nice. Dialogue is definitely sharper. Now we have Dark Wave. We can actually do something with this fight. So if it was higher in level, I'd actually go for killing the general too. But in this one, he'll just run. I think if I kill the front two. Or does he respawn? He can't do anything. There's no one to order around. I think he runs after this next round, if he has no one in front of him. Yeah. So again, game dynamics, almost identical to the previous one. Getting low on coffee. Music timing is the same. Was she the summoner, Rydia? Can't remember. I think she was a caller in the original game that I played. Excuse me. Because she starts out at level 1. So one of the things we're going to be able to do is grab some quick levels when we head outside. And I believe We have to go check where Rosa is. I think she's the one we need to go check on. She's like sleeping in the item shop or something. There's something really weird. I remember spending a ton of time in this part of the game not realizing that the next thing I needed to do was actually go talk to Rosa. Oh, come on, people, get out of the way. Really? And why she's hanging out in this? I mean, what an obscure part of the game. Is she here? No. Alright, so I misspoke. I think she might be in the back of one of the building up there. Yeah, completely nondescript building. So she's going to be in here. There's no way that you get led to this part other than if you just randomly go in there. So there she is. So the only way you're going to progress in the story is by actually coming here to find Rosa. And the only way you find her is just by kind of looking around. Nothing actually leads you to it, at least that I've seen. And she basically came to aid you and ends up becoming another side quest for you, which actually is part of the main quest, so I guess that's fair. Okay, so we're going to have to go find the antlion's lair. That's what we need to do next. But we actually have to go through the cave. We have to get Tella. And then we have to fight a creature in there. So we got quite a bit to do before we can just get the antlion nest and cure Rosa. Let's head that way. Probably should go buy some potions. Yeah, let's get some healing potions. That whole, I'm not leveling up much isn't really going to help me here. Why'd I go in there? I'm telling you, this controller is super sensitive. Now, where is the potions? Usually there's a couple hidden around some of these. Let me check that out. Nope. Get out of the way. Nope. Striking out. Great. And ether. Let's go. We should be fine. I don't think we have to worry about it. Yeah, let's get just at least a couple of levels for Rydia here. And we need to move around to the back row, so. And you have no spells. Okay, you're pretty much useless. So if you watch my original video on this, you know that formation of the characters and where they're on the front row or the back row is important. Okay, Rydia should get quite a few. Alright, she got ice, good. Cure, that's important. Okay. Let's put her on the back row. Okay, we're going to move him. Okay, that didn't work. Ah, alright. I am a moron. There. Okay. It's like I haven't played this game in a few months. It was like 20 years last time, so I really have no excuse. I actually felt like I knew what I was doing more back then. But I've played a lot of games since then. Okay. Come on. Let's have a fight. When you want to fight, you never have a fight. When you don't, you get them. Alright, Dark Wave. Yeah, this is the new thing. So if you're joining and you haven't seen this, what's old is new. That is so cool. Alright, Rydia. Should get a few there. Just one level? Alright, we're going to get her just a couple levels here, and then we're going to go to the inn, and then we'll head north. Ah, I love First Strike. Alright, ice is not good on sand people. There we go. How many levels have I had so far? Level 4. Alright, let's just get her level 5. I think this next fight should do it. Ugh. I wonder if ice does damage him. Let's find out. As good as his attack. Actually better. Alright, bolt's important for the next part. So, you'll see what I mean in a minute. I think we're going to play for an hour, so we've got about another 14 minutes on this video. Let's go to the inn. Ah, come on. Thread the needle there. Alright, I am swapping this controller out for the next game I'm going to play. Alright, so that's an item merchant over there. So I will go there and I gotta get some more potions. Way too much healing needed. I feel like I should stretch while I sleep. Alright. Alright, that's new. Okay, will she move out of the way, please? There's too many people that walk around in this game aimlessly. Come on, NPCs, just stand in one place. Alright, let's get probably 10 of those. Maybe 20, what do you think? Okay, and I get some Phoenix Downs in there. Can't afford them anyway, so that should be fine. Alright, straight up should be exactly where we're needing to go. Let's save, and again, we're overwriting someone's history here. Look at that. I'm not going to write that one. Somebody putting 39 games in it and then selling it. Or 39 games, 39 hours. I don't speak English anymore. Where's the cave? Is it up there? That's up there to the right, I think. Yeah. Alright, I think we can go up here and get something, but ultimately we're going to have to go over there to the left to get Tella. And we have to fight a creature in here, which lightning is great for. So it has got Bolt, and that's a good thing I got Bolt. I think they are... Is it... What are they weak against? Maybe it's Bolt. Let's try Ice first, then we'll try Bolt. Is that the Higgin-Toad? Jiggin-Toad? Gigantoad? How would you pronounce that? Who knows? Was a Toad seriously casting Toad on me? Come on, I wanted to do that. Oh my gosh. I did not want to do that. Alright. Bolt works on them. I know that. Yeah. That does critical damage. That's good. Dark Wave should probably take out the other two. think we need another Dark Wave. That should take him. I'm obsessed with Dark Wave. Never had it in the past. Oh, come on. Probably was like 1 hit point as I get hit for a 1. Now watch if I get a potion out of this. I just bought 20 potions. But you can never have enough potions, right? And a Maiden Kiss, I forget what that does. I don't think it's even the same thing in this. All these translations are throwing me off now. What is a Maiden Kiss? I'm just going to do regular attack and then ice. Or bolt. That's what we're talking about. Fly Killer. Didn't notice that name. Guess I could be taken 2 different ways. Like, does it kill flies or are you Fly Killer? I don't know. Alright, Tella should be right over here. There he is. It's almost like I've played this game before. Let's get some lightning on back there. Alright, it's not as effective as I expected. But hopefully Dark Wave will kill him. And the other ones. Come on. Ugh. Alright. Get some magic going here. Because if not, our boy Cecil's adventure will come to an end. Nah, that wasn't that great. But if I'm getting hit for 1, it's not too bad. Come on, take him out. Alright, good enough. I'll take that. Sea Pot? I love the translations. Forget what it's called in the original game. You have to like do a side-by-side on this one and that other one. Alright, let's do some potions here. So we're not so hurt. Well, she was actually, she's getting up there in hit points. It's good. Let's do one more and we will go talk to our Mantella after we open this chest. I don't think this treasure chest was there in the original version. Subtle change, but... Alright, let's run. I'm getting tired of these fights. Plus I need fire to really do damage on them. Okay, old man. The Sage Tella. I wonder how he talks. I always try to put voices in my head when I play these. Controller. Bomb fragment. What does that do? Alright, now we're hitting some stuff that... Fire attack to one target. Okay, so that's like a usable in fight. What was it called in the original game? I keep calling it the original game. This is actually the original game. Because this is the Japanese version. Alright, why am I getting all completionist right now? What do you remember? Alright, this is a new skill. So Dark Wave and so far Remember. I've never heard of that. That's pretty cool. I have no idea what it does. He just kind of remembered. I wonder if that's a list of spells after he actually remembers his spells. Alright, this is getting interesting now. Okay. Alright, do multicast there. Good. Lucky Mallet? Never seen that before in my life. Ah, that's so cool about this game. It's like playing it a little bit over again. Okay, Iron Bangle's the same. I think they can wear it if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Probably since he's on the front row, why would I do that? He actually has more hit points than me. Let's do the bolt. Alright, what is going on there? Maybe it's just not showing the hands. I don't know if you're noticing what I'm doing there. But normally the fingers kind of like point to all of them. Hopefully it doesn't hit me. Okay, so just some kind of strange glitch on graphics there. Oh well. I think there's a 10th spot up here. Just a little bit further up. It's nice to have another caster in the party. That whole not being able to do enough damage is kind of annoying. So is Tella's Remember? I wonder if he only has some weak spells and then you have to be able to remember them. That is really odd. I'm glad I didn't read up on that though, because it's kind of the mystery is part of the fun of playing a translated game, especially when it's slightly different than the previous ones. Alright, coming up on an hour here, so I'm going to get a little bit further, get to the save. I think we're going to stop there. And we might actually pick this up later, I don't know. This got me perplexed now. Because I was not expecting... I was kind of expecting the dark wave attack. Because somebody had actually mentioned that to me, but I was not expecting Tella not to have his spells and have Remember. Again, it's like a new game. But not, because I'm real familiar with everywhere we're walking. Strange feeling. I feel like I don't know how to use this controller, because for some reason it keeps skipping ahead. Alright, so we got a save spot here. That's what I was thinking was going to come up. So, in just a couple of minutes, as soon as we save, I'm going to call it quits. Get some more coffee, and go see what's going on around the house. so that is the reason we're heading to, I think it's Damasian, Damsian? I don't know. I'm going to mispronounce it. Okay, so we're both going to the same place. So that's the reason why we're both heading there. He's trying to save Anna, and we're trying to save Rosa. Alright, let's go. Cool. So hopefully you enjoyed that, everyone. I am going to save. I'm saving that spot that is now my own. I'm going to leave those other ones from those previous save games there. And we will see you soon. Take care.